Welcome to the end of June. It's Monday and I'm here. Laundry is going. I already got my movement for the day in, and I was busy now making my plan, which actually involves finding some packaging for these because I'm going to wholesale them to some friends of mine who own a fun gift shop. And I figured it would be cute if I put them in I'm thinking of like a black thin, almost like a jewelry box or like a box that you would get like a necklace as a gift in, putting it in something like that and then making a little branded business card size note on as to what this actually is. I haven't really designed anything in a minute, and I thought it would be fun to draw on my iPad. So I'm gonna draw charge my pencil because I haven't used it in so long and I know that it's dead, and make that a priority today because I've been putting this off. And I think I just realized this morning, I don't know about everybody else, but sometimes fear is a motivator, and then fear is something that like hinders you from getting things done. And I go back and forth between the two, but sometimes I think my fear of like either being misunderstood or it not going as I hoped can stop me from like fully diving into the projects or requests or ideas that people like throw out. And I kind of want to get better at like pushing past that feeling and almost using that feeling to experience something new and cool, even if that means there are things that don't go right or aren't perfect. And this is one of them. And I was just like, why haven't I done that yet? We talked about this like months ago and like it was kind of offhand in a hangout, but we both like wanted to do this together and like have me have my work in their shop. And it was just one of those things of like, yeah, I'll email or yeah, whatever from both sides. And I can just I can just make this happen. So I'm going to make that happen this week. And since it's literally the halfway mark of the year, I read an article the other day that said July 2nd is the exact halfway point of this year, and that is crazy. I feel like there has been a lot that I probably wanted to do. And honestly, I feel like the biggest thing is maybe financially, I had goals that I wanted to hit that I haven't. But when I think about it, I haven't hit those goals because I haven't really put into place enough things to make that goal like achievable, like producing more work and like all of that. And I am just gonna spend today figuring myself out. I also have so many like business ideas that I need to like get out. One of them being possibly doing pre-orders for my take me with you tumblers and for some stuff to put on Etsy and just like trying to be a better business gal. Because I think that as much as I do feel like the keeping it consistent and like meeting deadlines that I put for myself and all of that, I feel like I've got that down. But pushing myself a little bit more to like meet my comfortable edge so that I can get this like financially to where I want it to be, instead of kind of just staying in my safe zone. And I do think there are certain things where I can push myself, but still control enough variables to where I feel comfortable enough with taking risks, like doing something like a pre-order that has always stressed me out because I feel like the second you get someone's money to make something for them, everything goes wrong. And I want to like heal that relationship. And I think there are ways that I can do a pre-order that would be much less stressful, like making all of the pieces and then launching the pre-order and just glazing based on the color request. So that is my thought process right now in this moment. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is figure out a design for like my normal business cards, which I think I'm going to keep them, but probably just change the color combo. I really love my green thank you cards, and I think I might switch, basically do this color palette, but with this design. These I put in like my actual online orders, and these are just my regular business cards. When I sell at shops, I just put each one of these in every cup, and that's that. I have, or I used to like actually punch holes in them and like make a tag with it, which I enjoyed and like put the price on the back and everything, but I kind of like it just sitting in the mug. So I feel like I have a lot going on in my head, and today is about getting all of that out, figuring out my hopes and dreams, and seeing what I can do to actually get where I want to be. I think I am very much like I just wait for opportunities to come to me, and then I'll decide if I want to do them. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that because I have found a lot of success and joy and fulfillment in that. But then I think I just woke up today being like, it seems like you're scared. And why? Because I think for a lot of us, there's so much more life on the other side of fear, and I'm trying to get to that more. So, cheers to that. Happy Monday. It's going to be a computer heavy day. Hopefully, it's a good week. Yeah, since I'm not on my wheel, it's going to be a less active week, but I think that's just the beauty of a small business. Just because you're not physically making stuff doesn't mean there's nothing to do. There's always something to do. So I'm going to put on my admin hat and get to it. Thank you for being here. I hope your summer is going so well, and let's get to designing. I am so bad at buying stuff, it always overwhelms me. But I told myself that you gotta buy the things to sell the things. So I got stickers, new tape, business cards, um, what else did I get? Thank you cards. And then I bought some more shipping supplies, and then I found some boxes that should fit my wonk pads and the marker to go with them. So I'm feeling very good with that progress made. I'm now going to do some home chore stuff, eat a snack, and maybe update some stuff on Etsy before I sit down. So far, so good. had another order come in this morning. I just got back from dropping that off. So that's really fun to get like an order from my site organically and then also an Etsy order within 24 hours. We love that. I really just want to focus on trying to keep up the consistency of orders, which just means having things stocked regularly and doing what I can SEO and like advertising wise on the internet to make that a thing. Right now I'm working on I got a photo shoot inquiry, so I'm sending that email out and then I think I'm just gonna read and chill. I spent some time earlier writing and working on another project, so I think that before I have to go to work at 1, it's like 10:30 now. I'm just gonna relax. It's kind of weird not having like pottery work to do, and I've already had like 3 ideas of things that I want to do. I think I'm just tired of the process of pottery in this moment because I have an idea, but it's gonna be a really long time before that idea actually like is finished complete in my hands, and I'm having a hard time with that right now. Just with all the variables and factors that goes into making in my apartment, having my kiln somewhere else, and just the size of space that I'm dealing with. So I think this time away will help me calm down in that regard and just like uh miss it honestly. And I do miss it. I do miss making things with my hands. So I just kind of want that absence to make the heart grow fonder, so that I can keep this out for a long time. And I'll leave you with that. I'm going to send this email, probably read, and then head to work. See you soon. Are we shocked that I'm at my desk? I'm not. I just finished paying my sales tax after spending the morning just getting my head in order. As I've mentioned, just have a lot going on in my brain since I'm not like physically making stuff. It has freed up some brain space to consider where I actually want all of this to go. And I was able to input the things that I'm going to be making this month into my calendar just so I know what I want to work on every day. And I sent out a little post on YouTube to see if pre-orders are a good idea for my tumblers. I was already planning on making a bunch, but I figured I could make them, fire them, and then just launch the pre-order once everything is bisque fired, and then just paint them accordingly to the color options. So I think that's a good move and will eliminate a lot of stress if I haven't already mentioned that earlier. Pre-orders kind of freak me out. So that's going to be a little hurdle to accomplish. The photo inquiry that I got yesterday was really great. Um, but I don't think that I'm going to do it. And I definitely was going back and forth. It just felt like one of those things where um I don't have a hard time saying no to things that feel like, I don't know, I would be pushed too far beyond my, like, comfortable edge, and I'm just trying to meet the edge, not really, like, go crazy far beyond it, because in my head, that's where, like, burnout and stress and anxiety and exhaustion lies, is, like, trying to be the most and do the most, in ways that, like, aren't actually helpful for you long term, and so I definitely had to, like, talk it out with my husband and friends and just kind of be like, is this something that would push me in a direction that I want to go? Or is it something like essentially would the stress of a very large photo shoot for an important company be something that would like uh, put me in a place that I want to be? Or would it be worth it to do that? Whatever the cost that they would pay me, would it be worth it? And I decided that it wouldn't be. And I'm proud of myself for making that decision. I definitely beat myself up a lot because I do think that a lot of people in the small business, entrepreneur, freelancer world say yes to everything. And I don't do that. And sometimes I think it's just out of fear of just things going wrong, like I've mentioned before. But sometimes I do think it's like, I could say yes to this and it may be fine, but I also could just not say yes to that and things could still be fine. And I think it's just a matter of knowing what I'm trying to put my energy towards and what I love putting my energy towards and what also gives like me energy back. And I don't think this photo shoot aligned in any of those categories, so it was a no for me. And I'm trying to get better at trusting my gut and I think that that's what my gut says to do. So I spent some time emailing them today, and then I came in here and did my sales tax stuff. And now that I have this input in my calendar, I feel like that's even more brain space freed up. And so now I just have so many silly ideas of things that I want to do, but I don't know how does one pick what to do first, when to do it all. And yeah, I'm kind of just overwhelmed by possibilities at the moment. So I'm going to price some pieces that I'm going to take to my one of the shops that I sell at this weekend and hope that clears my mind. Maybe I'll put on a show or something. But yeah, that's just where I'm at. Small business life is so hard. Even talking to a friend yesterday in like my photo shoot do or don't moment, she was just like, honestly, this is difficult because you could go either way, but it's just harder because you're by yourself. And specifically for the photo shoot that I would have been a part of, would have, it just seemed like it would have been better for like a team of people versus just me. So yeah, definitely doing this alone is not easy. It's very rewarding and I'm doing it alone, but I still have a lot of people in my corner. But day in and day out, it's just me. And I think that's currently what I'm trying to like figure out here is if I actually want to get somewhere and like be in a place that I feel uh enough things are like covered and comfortable so that I can explore. I have to shift and change and like try things out. And so that's what this time is. Um, and that's all I have to say right now. I'm going to get to pricing and I'll see you eventually. It's Wednesday, by the way. I work tomorrow and Friday is the 4th of July. So I think my husband has off. Maybe we'll do something fun or maybe we'll just stay here and watch movies or chill or something. I don't know. We'll see. It's so hot outside that the thought of being outdoors kind of sounds miserable. But That's Florida for you. Okay, off to price I go. Thank you if you are still here. Good morning. It's Thursday. I'm hanging out with my family in a couple of hours, and then I have to work after that. So this morning, I'm just going to spend some time getting all of my, like, I guess, new ideas or collection ideas, one-off product ideas, things that I want to make for myself here, for friends, for family, all of that stuff on one singular piece of paper and hang it on my wall. And then my husband had a good idea last night of just like, while you're working, make at least one thing for yourself, or like essentially I'm seeing it as one thing from this list. So every time that I am at my table, or at least like 3 times a week, just make one thing from this list, and that will slowly help take away at all of the things that I have running through my head. Because yesterday I think I was getting not paralyzed, but definitely overwhelmed by just the desire to make a bunch of stuff and not enough hands or time, or like, what do I focus on? What's the actual priority? And that's really hard. So I think that is a good idea. And I'm looking forward to it because I have a lot of fun concepts that I think I just need to try and see how it goes. And then a couple other collections that I want to release before this year ends. And along with that, I'm going to make a little, I guess, I don't know, list of the pieces that I'm bringing to my wholesaler. I usually just like use it as my coloring break and draw out all the pieces that I'm bringing, their names, so they can put them into their square, and then the prices and how many that I'm bringing. So we're probably going to do that tomorrow or at some point this weekend. So I just want to make sure that's all done so I can just grab them and go whenever the time comes to make that trip. And firstly, gotta make a drink. My cactus is about to flower. Well, no. Hopefully I didn't miss it. I'm now kind of getting the feeling that it bloomed last night. I'm gonna say that it didn't, and then I'll catch it tonight. Or first thing tomorrow morning. Fingers crossed. But those are my Thursday updates. Sorry this vlog, I'm not sorry, but this vlog is kind of boring. And that's just the way it is. I will be getting back on my wheel because I do think that as much as this break has been very helpful with the ideas, now I just need to like get moving. I feel ready to get back and get my hands in the clay, making things that I'm excited about. And hopefully you're excited about it too. See you somewhere in my home. Cactus flower waiting and ready to bloom. I think today's the day. It happens so fast. I also love how small my cactus is in comparison to the giant flower. Can't wait. Hello again. I just went out to eat with my family, but prior to that, I was finishing up my fun ideas list, which I'm glad that I have them all in one place and have room to add to it. I tried to make them small so that I could purposefully have space to add and still have it all on one page. While I was making that list, I was like figuring out what's next and gearing myself up to like get back on my wheel and get in production mode. And I kind of was like, what if just for the next like 3 weeks, I just like went at it, knocked all of the things out that I want to knock out, maybe more than 3 weeks. And then that way it will be, oh, I don't know, August is probably still going to be lava, but I'll at least have a bunch of stuff that I can slowly glaze fire. And that way I can spend more time on the glazing and actually accomplish some of the like new things that I want to try. That's where my head's at. I was going through my glazes to see what I need to buy when I go to the store and things that I need to get online. And that's what sparked me like reorganizing my little area outside. Because I really do have to like inch my way to getting back on my wheel. So like getting all the stuff that I usually have in here on the regular when I'm in throwing mode and setting up my wheel so it's in the right position, just so that when the time comes, I can hop on and be very efficient. And I might switch up a few things. We literally have the piece of wood that we're going to use to make a little tray for my wheel so I can move it around, which would be really awesome. But we just haven't done it yet. And now that it's really hot, I don't really want to be in the garage working on a little wood project. So I might just keep it like this for now and just find other little ways to like make it efficient. I might get a new tabletop and uh just a large piece of wood to cover the table that I work on. I feel like the one that I have is helpful, but it's almost better for just like drying the pieces, not necessarily for preparing the pieces, because since it is like an MDF board, it does absorb a little, so it just like warps easier. So it's really hard to keep it like perfectly flat. So I might go to Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever and just find a large piece of wood that I can slap on that table to make my new work spot. But I think this definitely helped get me in the like spirit of making. I have to leave here in like 45 minutes, so I'm just gonna like watch some videos and make my inventory sheet for the shop that I'm dropping these off to. It's nice to feel the like rush of excitement that comes with making new stuff. And now that I have my numbers, the ideas of all the things that I'm going to make, and it's very clear what I want to accomplish, I'm just going to kind of head down and get it done. Hopefully. We'll see. Part of me does kind of want to just like push myself in that way and hope for the best and just see what happens. Again, I just feel like I have such a hard time overworking when I'm working in my living room, and overworking like on my wheel making pottery. All the other stuff like does not count to me, but I don't like doing it for a very long time just because I am in my living room and I like want it to be my living room for as long as I can. So, see you possibly tomorrow. Maybe I'll start throwing, who knows? I probably have like maybe 75, 50-ish pounds of clay. I'm gonna get some more next week, along with a couple new colors of glazes that I want to try, and just restocking the same colors that I'm using. I'm pretty much sticking with just 4 colors this year. That blue, my green, I have a black that I love, and also just like a speckly white, but there's a couple others that I think would go well with that I figured I would try to keep things fun. So, off to keep drawing I go. That's fun. It's cute. Good morning. It's Saturday and I got enough sleep, I think. So the sun's up and I am now up too. Last night, my husband was working on some internet stuff in my little office area, and it just made me want to get rid of a bunch of stuff because I realized there's just a lot of stuff that I haven't gone through in a minute, and that feels like the perfect task to do while I'm not physically making things. So, going to spend just a little time this morning doing that before I carry on with my day so I can kind of organize the space. That way I can use it later. Um, but yeah, it's been a good week. I feel like I made progress mentally on figuring out what I want to do next, and it's time to get my hands back in clay. So, with that, I will leave you and see you next time at my wheel, making lots of fun things that I'm really excited about. And it's nice to be excited. It's nice to have the ideas, have it all laid out clearly so I can see them. And now it's to get them finished and in my hands. It's going to take a while to get there, but come along for the ride if that sounds fun for you. And I'll see you next time. Thank you and happy summer.